Hi everyone, I'm Sukriti. I'm assistant beauty editor at Femina. I welcome you all to Femina Grazia Virtual Beauty Carnival. And today I have with me supremely talented and very gorgeous Dia Mirza. Hi Dia, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
How are you doing? First of all, congratulations, and we hope nothing but the best for you. I hope
Thank-
you are taking care of yourself. And how are you feeling? How are you taking care of yourself?
Well, I am taking the best care that I can because I have to. It's also,
Yes,
I think, um, the most unprecedented time in
yes,
our lifetime
yes.
to be uh, experiencing uh, such an important phase. And
Phase, yes,
I keep telling everyone who tells me only think happy thoughts, be positive all the time, and I'm like,
yeah.
well, it's not humanly possible to disconnect
I
yourself
know.
from everything that's happening around us, and there's just so much tragedy unfolding. But to kind of keep your balance and keep your calm and not allow anything to really I don't know, destroy your peace, your personal
Yes,
peace, is a big challenge, I think, that all of us are experiencing at some level or the other, but especially more so women in postpartum, women in pregnancy, lactating mothers. It's
yes,
a very challenging time for us.
yes.
And my friends tease me, they say maybe it's because of years of yoga and meditation that I'm able
Yes,
to kind of keep some semblance of peace in my
hmm,
heart and my mind.
I know, I know. I mean, um, I don't know if I can say much about it right now, but of all that has happened with me in last 1.5 months, all I can tell you that I can really understand what you are saying, and I have seen it firsthand. So I know what you are saying, that being in that phase, that too in a situation like this, I know how difficult it is, and simultaneously you have to be happy, take care of yourself, because you can't let anything impact you.
Well, I guess the challenge is to allow yourself to feel what you have to, but to quickly find your center again and just
Yes,
focus on the health of your baby
yes,
and your own health, your own
yes,
personal health.
yes.
Um, and I think that everyone is going through this in some way or the other right now
I
because
know. Yes,
we are, we're experiencing grief, we're experiencing personal grief, and that's just, it's a tough time. And I hope that we can all overcome this,
yes. I hope so
better
too.
understanding of ourselves and the world around us.
Yes. And if we may discuss this, and I know you already know this, nobody right now probably understands this better than you, that this second wave has impacted young people, and especially pregnant women. So and I'm very sure that it's a very scary thought. How are you navigating health and well-being right now?
Well, I think I'm following doctor's advice, which is essentially to live in a bubble.
Hmm.
And I don't interact with anybody other than my family.
Hmm.
And apart from that, I take the fact that my doctor believes that because the existing vaccinations that are available in the country right now are
Hmm.
not, they've not had sufficient clinical trials
Hmm.
to make them or call them safe for lactating mothers or pregnant.
Right.
I have to follow his advice and not take those vaccinations.
Right. Yes.
So because I haven't been immunized, it makes yeah, it just puts me in a very vulnerable situation, and I think again this is just one more thing that one needs to I wouldn't say worry about, but be aware of
Yes.
and be careful about.
Yeah. Yes.
And I'm just, grateful that I have two wonderful homes that I can shuttle between.
Yes.
Um, and there's like abundant natural green spaces in both, so I get to, you know, spend some quiet peaceful time interacting with nature and
Yeah.
listening to birds and just having that, because I know so many people don't even have that, so I
Yes.
don't feel so alienated.
Yeah.
And my friends and family who do want to meet me do so when they know they're safe, and they've been tested for some reason or the other, and you know they've
Hmm.
tested negative, and they like call me and say, I've tested negative, can I come and see you? And I'm like,
I
yes,
know.
please.
Yeah, I know, because um, isolation, it just impacts your mental well-being, and especially at the time when you really wish to be and want to be around people, friends, and family, and you want to, uh, share the good news and enjoy the good vibes with everyone, and then at that point of time you are unable to meet people. It is definitely is a task to do. So apart from, obviously, like you mentioned that you have two beautiful homes and green spaces, and I know how much you love being around nature. What are other things that you do and try to bring in your routine that keeps you centered and sane? Because like we just discussed, the times are just crazy.
So, Kriti, so these are a few things that I've been doing now as a part of my daily routine for the last few years. So it's not like
Hmm.
a new phenomenon, but I
Hmm.
really think that during these lockdowns, whether it was last year or this year,
Hmm.
and with the crisis that we're all collectively experiencing, these habits have really benefited me.
Hmm.
um, I truly believe that what we eat and what we think and what we do makes us become who we are, and it really kind of impacts the way we think and feel.
Yes.
So I practice a plant-based diet, so I eat like locally available natural food, organic food,
Hmm.
lots of vegetables and fruits. I don't smoke or drink.
Hmm.
That really helps.
I'm
uh,
sorry.
Obviously, especially more so, I think there are in like incredible benefits of eating fresh fruits and
Yeah.
vegetables. And I hydrate myself really well.
Hmm.
I practice meditation 2 times a day. So my day starts with meditation and something called earthing, which is
Okay.
to walk bare feet in the garden,
Yeah.
or ensure that I take the morning sun.
Hmm.
Uh, Apart from that, I do my basic exercise and stretching, and if I'm not doing, like now, I'm of course not doing any kind of strenuous exercising, but I
Of
do
course. Yes.
ensure that I do a certain number of steps in the day.
Hmm.
I ensure that I'm getting adequate that adequate adrenaline release. You know, it's
Right.
very important to
Yes.
have that. We need to secrete happy hormones to help
Oh,
us.
yes. Of course.
Yeah, I think it's a balance of the food and the exercise and the diet that helps one get through, and meditation I think plays a very big part in all of this.
Of course. And if I can ask you, you've been in the industry for a while. Of course, there's a particular routine that you've been following, and especially now, you probably have been more careful about yourself, about your well-being. But has there anything that has changed in your approach when it comes to self-care, especially during the pandemic?
Well, I think if I was ever more disciplined about the meditation, it would be now. It's something that I ensure I do. You
Okay.
really need to find your center and reconnect with your breath. The power of that stillness that you
Yeah.
identify as your home base, as your true
Hmm.
nature,
Hmm.
really helps, you know. And things like anxiety, things like, you know, a lot of mental health issues that are
Hmm.
very natural to kind of crop up during
Yes.
such experiences, such life experiences,
I
uh,
know. Yeah.
are easier to overcome, easier to deal with, identifiable. You know, you can actually start sensing and seeing what is, and
Yes.
witness what is happening with your body. You know,
Hmm.
when
Hmm.
the rhythm of your breath changes, you know it. And I
Hmm.
think many ways, I used to say this before, but it's, just becoming a witness of my breath and being able to breathe has helped me so much, even as an artist,
Yeah.
because it
Yes.
gives you a sense of pause and peace that
I know. Yeah.
helps you internalize and reflect on the characters in the moment, and just makes you more alive to the present moment. So you don't spend too much time dwelling in the past or the future,
Yeah.
which are symptoms or can lead to anxiety, especially
Hmm.
during this time.
Yes.
Think too
Yes.
much about the future, or you spend too much time thinking
Yes.
about the
And
past.
it's very natural to happen, especially during these times. You tend to think about things that are not in your control, but you feel that need to, probably take that grip in your hand that no, we have to control. And at the end, it's not in your hand. And like you said, it makes you anxious. So, yeah, sounds like a small thing, but
No,
definitely a big, yeah,
it's a very big advantage to
it's a
have,
very big, yeah,
and I'm very grateful for it, because I think that life will throw all kinds of curveballs at us. I mean,
yes,
at the end of the day, it is really up to how we respond to those situations that will determine what kind of life experience we're gathering, right?
yes, absolutely.
And this is not about sounding philosophical. I think it emanates from life experience itself.
Of
And I
course,
think
yeah.
it was difficult life experiences that took me down this path and helped me
Hmm,
realize that we all need to be equipped with
hmm,
tools
hmm.
to handle our life better,
Right,
and
right.
the challenges of life better. And if those tools are meditation, regular exercise, a good healthy diet plan, interacting with nature, or spending more time in open spaces, if
Yeah.
all of these are tools that one has already discovered are useful, then
Hmm,
you have to
hmm.
just use them more effectively
Use them.
in such times.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Right. Yeah. Very well said. I mean, you've spoken about it, but if I can still ask you directly, uh, again, the times are bad. We are dealing with the feeling of loss. Many of us are grieving, and even if we are not, directly dealing with something, there's so much happening around us that it does impact us in one or the other way. So, what do you think is one thing that you feel has brought you positivity? It helps you being positive. It helps you bring in positive vibes. Obviously, you've spoken about being with family and friends and nature, but
No,
anything else?
I think it's the meditation, really,
Okay.
because at the end of the day, uh, you can be greatly benefited by having love in your life, having loved
Hmm.
ones around you,
Hmm.
being close to nature. All of that
Hmm.
provides a sense of healing and relief and
Hmm.
all of that.
Hmm. Hmm.
But to find your own center, to find your own sense of self, plays a far greater part in mental well-being than perhaps anything else can or will.
Okay. And another thing that I mean, I might sound like a and I don't mind saying it, but I'm a huge fan of your skin. I just want to know that what you've been vocal about, being safe to the environment. Does that also bring out a change in your beauty practices that you've been
Oh,
following? Yes,
absolutely.
and
Absolutely.
what are that those? I really want to know.
Honestly, Sukriti, if I had my way, I would want to change everything,
I'm
um,
sure.
including, just the kind of packaging that lots of cosmetic brands do and stuff. So
Yeah,
I haven't
yeah.
really managed to find what you call sustainable and eco-friendly
Hmm,
beauty products that kind of cover
hmm.
the entire spectrum of our makeup needs. So that's still a work in progress. And
Yes.
but in my own way, I save containers, I take them back, or I exchange, like I give turn them in. So there are lots of
Yeah.
brands that take back their
The
containers.
containers. Yes, yes.
So
And then refill it for you, and then
correct.
so that
I,
yeah.
I do stuff like that. and at some level it gives me some sense of appeasement. But I think just becoming aware of what the ingredients are in your
Absolutely. Yes.
up brands, or whether they animal test or not, and to
Yeah.
choose brands that don't test on animals, that
Animals. Yes.
are not kind of like one example of mica. So one
Hmm.
of the beauty products that many people use regularly has mica in it, and I
Yes.
discovered that mica is mined by young children,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
it's not sustainably
It's
sourced, and is
yes.
bad for the environment, but even worse for these little children.
Yes.
So I stopped using the
Products with
products that have
yes.
that ingredient in it,
Yes.
unless there is some kind of a declaration. So I think the first step as a consumer of
Hmm.
any product, and since we're talking about beauty, I think it's important to know the ingredients of what you're using,
Absolutely.
understand
Yes.
the components, where are they sourced from, are they
Yeah.
sustainable or not, are they natural or not, what kind of an effect do they have on your skin, etc. And for
Hmm.
my skincare, I've always chosen, because there are more choices in that line of and that category of skincare and personal hygiene. I've always chosen products and lines that are natural, that are organically sourced,
Yes. Yes.
that don't test on animals, and are like I mean, a lot of them are even vegan now. So
Hmm.
I'm really glad that that segment or that category of personal care has improved so much, and
Has
there's so many
improved.
choices
Yes.
now, especially in India.
Yeah.
We've always had a lot of natural products available here
Yes.
in our
Yes.
country.
Yeah. And it's great to know that the brands are speaking more about it and taking more, being more aware about it and taking better steps to provide.
Absolutely. I
Yeah.
feel like maybe at some level, maybe I've played a small part in improving their
I'm
consciousness or
sure.
their commitment towards the environment. I feel very happy when I see, I'm associated with a wonderful brand that is organic and completely sustainable, and
Yes.
has a vegan line and doesn't even
Yes.
like test on animals. And I love to see their messaging. I love the thoughtfulness that has gone into
Yes.
creation of every product category, and I feel very, very happy that even as a company they care about or want to contribute towards sustainability, growing more trees, helping a wildlife and animal protection organization. So it's
Yes.
I feel
Yeah.
like, yeah, with people's awareness improving, things are improving as well.
Yeah, I mean, I always feel that beauty is not just about yourself, but it's also about the community. It's also about what the brand is not. It's not just about what the brand is giving you and to your skin, but also what it is doing to your environment. So I think for me, that's the whole idea about beauty, and like you explained, so very well resonate there.
What good could beauty provide if it isn't benefiting everyone involved?
Exactly. Yes.
It should benefit the planet and people. It's
Yes.
this. I think that hopefully that era of double conscience where people were okay to rob from nature or rob from a
Hmm.
community or
Hmm.
destroy the livelihood of a community just to provide something
Yeah.
exotic, cool, or good
Good. Yeah. Yeah.
a smaller group of people was okay.
Hmm. Yeah, I know. I hope so too. And lastly, you have also always, you've spoken about some unrealistic beauty standards that have been prevalent in the industry and even in the society on whole. It's not just the industry, but we all deal with it in our day-to-day lives. Do you think uh, things have changed? Do you think the conversation around, around it has changed? People have started becoming more aware and more inclusive. Do you think the industry is also changing that way?
uh, this is a very easy question to answer, and it's also a very difficult question to answer, because I think there are so many stereotypes that
Yes.
we have to contend with, that have been literally seeped into our DNA by
Yes.
intergenerational storytelling, which is just completely twisted.
Yes.
A lot of it is rooted in patriarchy, a lot of it is rooted in colonialism,
Hmm.
a lot of it is rooted in all kinds of things. But
All kinds. Yes.
essentially, I feel it's mostly rooted in patriarchy and colonialism, and there's a subservience that is born out of that. And I feel like it is individualism and authenticity,
Hmm.
and in many ways the power of that voice that
Hmm.
is compelling more people to think differently or
Hmm.
question the mediocrity of thought that
Yes.
kind of assigns a certain standard of beauty to an individual based on, I don't know, the color of their skin, or the color of their eyes, or their
The,
height, or
the
their
shape of the
weight,
body.
or the
Yes.
shape. Exactly. So, and I feel like the more women who that question this and are
Yes.
celebrated for their authenticity and their individualism will then empower many more women to do the same. And
Yes.
I feel like the conversations at home need to change. You know, the things mothers tell their children needs to change.
Yes.
I think a lot about these things because I guess I'm in that phase of my
You
life.
are in that phase. No,
I,
no, no. Absolutely. Yes. I
and
agree.
I'm also answering a 12-year-old girl's questions,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Yes.
She asks me all kinds of questions, and
Yeah.
it's very interesting. And she always starts with like a, I know you are not stereotypical, but you know,
Yes.
um,
Yes. There's always a but, no matter how much, because that's how I think that's how, I won't say condition. I think somewhere the conversation is changing, but there's a long way to go,
we
I
have a
would say.
very long way to go.
Very long way to
And
go.
I feel like as people in cinema and storytelling, I think we have a very big part to play in
Yes.
changing the narrative, and we
Yes.
are in some ways doing so. So when we
Yes.
see the narratives change in advertising,
Hmm.
we, as we celebrate it, we should continue to do so, because
Hmm.
it is only when we challenge the status quo or the
Hmm.
stereotypes, and
Yes.
especially retell the story
Hmm.
in cinema and in, the visual narrative can be really changed a lot.
Hmm.
I'll give you a small example. It has nothing to do
Hmm.
with beauty, it has to do with food. So when I say the word corn, we only see that bright yellow American corn
Yeah.
as the corn that is acceptable or the corn that everybody eats.
Yeah.
But there are hundreds of types of corn that have
Yes.
all kinds of different colors. But our
Yes.
perception is not trained to accept or acknowledge that corn can be of different colors and
Different colors. Yes. Yes.
flavors. We
Yes.
think the standard of corn is that golden yellow corn that we've seen in like television and film and
Yes.
everything. So I think the same kind of understanding applies to the way we treat each other and the way we
Yes.
perceive each other as people and what we believe is beautiful. To
Yes.
me, the most beautiful people are those who have purpose, are those who have an authentic voice, those who
Yes.
have a fire in them, you know,
Yes.
and who are just awake and alive to life itself. And
Yes.
they could be any height and any body shape and any color,
Yes. Of
any
course.
part
Yeah.
of the world.
I agree with you. Yes. Yes, of course. I mean, till the time you and I and people like us are having this conversation and at least thinking that it's important to talk about it, I think we'll get there.
Yeah, we should. I hope we do.
Yes,
I mean, it's 2021, for heaven's
yes.
sake. Can't we start?
I know, right? Thank you so much, Dia. It was lovely chatting with you, and I'm very happy, and I'm glad that you could take some time out and speak to us, and especially when you are embarking on this beautiful journey of motherhood. So, wishing you all the very best. Please take care of yourself and stay healthy.
Thank you, Sukriti. Thank you so much. And all the best to all of you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thank you. Take care, Dia.